it pains me to buy a brand new game now.
Yeah.
I almost exclusively buy used games in one way or another.
Yeah, what we've talked about a lot is chasing the deals on Facebook Marketplace, especially with retro games.
Yes.
Because there's people that'll just throw up like lots of games, specifically like Game Boy games, things like that, and they won't realize that they have like a really valuable one in that lot, you know?
Right.
So you can definitely get some cool stuff on Facebook Marketplace.
I think a lot of people don't think of Facebook Marketplace because they don't think like, oh, buying games on Facebook Marketplace. Who does that? I mean, everyone thinks of eBay, and eBay can be a really, really great resource. So if you're looking for used games, you know, obviously eBay, but Facebook Marketplace is way underutilized and can have some really, really great deals. Lots of times they won't even have it listed. They'll have like a 3DS and they'll have it listed as Nintendo.
Yeah.
And that's like the only thing it says is it's a Nintendo. And they don't know what they have. They just know they have some Nintendo.
Yeah, and they'll be like, well, I've got these old, I've got this copy of Pokemon Yellow too, you know, do you want that?
Oh yeah, and they'll throw it in for free. Or, you know, like you said, these lots of games. Like I see all the time people who their kid, you know, had an Xbox 360 and now the kid's moved out and they've just got this huge pile of Xbox 360 games and it's like, you know, 50 games and they're like, I'll give, you know, $50 for all of them.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's $1 a game and you get this whole library of Xbox 360 games. You know, I see that stuff all the time on Facebook Marketplace.
And you'll get the boxes and stuff too a lot of the time.
Oh,
and that's like getting to be very valuable.
But then you do have GameStop, which GameStop is super hit and miss when it comes to their used games.
Oh, yeah.
I've gone to GameStop and gotten great deals on used games, and I've also gone to GameStop thinking I was going to get a great deal on a used game, and it was only a couple dollars cheaper than new. But sometimes they'll have games for really, really cheap used. You know, I bought Sea of Thieves for $5 used.
That's a steal.
You can do okay with GameStop, but in general, I'd say that it's very hit or miss there.
You know, I recently tried to pick up a used copy of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate from there, which also came out in 2018, and it was $54 freaking dollars.
Well, it's a Nintendo game.
Yeah.
You could find a copy of like Smash Ultimate on Facebook Marketplace for way cheaper.
Definitely.
But also garage sales. This is something that if you live in an area that is maybe not quite as rural as where we live, this is a much better option. Because you can check their websites where people list that they're having, you know, yard sales or garage sales, and you can see if they have video games listed in their description.
Yeah, around here, you know, you might be able to get lucky, but, you know, you're probably going to mainly find like Dale Earnhardt memorabilia and Dixie Outfitter shirts. But if that's your thing, then...
Yeah, I mean, you never know, right? Also, a very underutilized source for used games is the website GameFly.
Yeah, we both got into this pretty recently. We did a whole podcast about it, actually, where Randy convinced himself to subscribe. You can rent as many games as you want, but what we're talking about here with the buying used is that if you want to keep it, there is a keep price, and sometimes it's really good.
They also just have a used game store, like where they sell their used games online, and their prices are almost always better than GameStop's in terms of just buying. You don't have to be a member to purchase used games from them. You can just go on there and buy a used game and they'll ship it to your house just like if you bought it off Amazon or something.
And you'll get the box and all that.
Yeah. You know, if you can buy used games, you're often, you know, like my number that I try to hit always is $10. I know that seems super low, but that's like my...
You can get it. You can do it.
When I'm buying a used game, I try to shoot for $10 or less. And if it's a game that I really want, I might bump it up to say, okay, I'll spend $20 on that or whatever. But buying used games can be one of the absolute best ways to game on a budget.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure everyone's thought about buying used games as an option.
Most people have probably done it at GameStop at least once.
Yeah. But it's something to not forget about, and it can be a really economical way to game on a budget for sure.